on a 5-yard rush. 2nd and 5. Paul Hall on the screen, and that one is knocked down at the line. Be 3rd down and 5 for the TCU Horned Frogs. Boise's trying to get their fans into this game. Paul Hall on a fade or on a screen pass to Ed Wesley, and not sure why he even threw it because there's a Boise State defender, Shane McClellan, right there. So the defense once again helps the Broncos avoid disaster. And now TCU out to punt it away. Here's Game Track, and we're taking a look at the interceptions of Kellen Moore. He had 0 when he played against LSU. He's had 3 today, but he still has a shot at redemption. Peterson, there you see his numbers. Kellen Moore, redeem yourself right now if you're Kellen Moore with the game still tied up. Here comes Moore. He finds Potter for a 7-yard grab. And aside from the big throw to Tyler Shoemaker, offenses, they've been held down. There's a play action. There goes Kellen Moore on the play action fake, and everybody from TCU bit on the play action fake. Tyler Shoemaker, you see, getting past the defenders, and they had one eye on Doug Martin. What a play call from Chris Peterson. Play action and throw it deep. 1st down, Broncos. Moore out of shotgun. He's got the time. He throws it short, and that's going to be incomplete. Looking for Geraldo Boldevine. And Boldevine, who had a lot of great moments and big plays in the LSU game here a couple of weeks ago, he's been relatively quiet today. And Kellen Moore looking to get the ball to him. Moore's going to drop back. He's looking. He finds Shoemaker. 1st down, Broncos. And now putting a drive together. 117 yards for Tyler Shoemaker. They give it to Doug Martin, and Martin fights his way to the 11-yard line. 5-yard rush for Doug Martin. 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Can Kellen Moore answer back from 3 interceptions? He does! That's a touchdown for the Boise State Broncos. Tyler Shoemaker with his 4th reception of the day, over 100 yards receiving, and his 2nd touchdown. What a game Tyler Shoemaker is having, and the Boise State Broncos take a 13-7 lead. Extra points have not been a given this year for Boise State. Dan Goodale puts it through, and it will be 14-7. The Broncos lead the Horned Frogs. Chris Peterson and the rest of Boise, they're ecstatic right now, but Peterson knows as well as everybody else in this stadium, it's not over until it's over. Heck, Peterson knows that. He lived through that Fiesta Bowl game against Oklahoma. Boise State had the big lead. They about lost it. Less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter for TCU, and now let's see what Casey Paul Hall has. He gives it to Ed Wesley, and Wesley gets 5 yards on the carry. George Iloka, he's going to be maybe you give it to Tyler Shoemaker, player of the game, but every time I see a tackle or a big play made, it's George Iloka coming in and making a stop. There's another handoff to Wesley, and he's going to get 3 on the run, power running from a big, powerful running back in Wesley. 3rd down and 3. maybe the last play of the third quarter if they keep it on the ground. They are not. Casey Paul Hall's under pressure. Great block, though. And that's going to be caught. And that's going to be a Horned Frog touchdown. Oh, you got a credit. Was that Wesley that got the block? That was a touchdown for Hicks. But right here, the pressure. And that was Ed Wesley. Ed Wesley coming in with the biggest block. You don't talk about blocks that often. Everyone's going to look at that play. But Paul Hall was pressured, and Wesley threw a block at the knees of a Boise State defender. And we are all knotted up again. We have entered every single quarter this game tied up. We started the first quarter 0-0. We went into the third quarter 7-7, and we're coming into the fourth quarter all tied up. Essentially a 0-0 game all the way down to the wire. This is another great game that you fans have picked here on the BCS Playoffs Game of the Week. No 7 points has been the most that any team has been separated by so far in the BCS playoff preview games. Here, the game of the weeks that you fans are choosing on Facebook, and you fans are doing a great job picking these games. Look at this return to the 27-yard line. That's Tyler Shoemaker. They're seeing if he can capture some kind of magic on the returns. Speaking of capturing magic, Kellen Moore has 5 minutes. What does he have in him? What does this Heisman candidate have? Kellen Moore is pressured, and he throws it away. Wow, how smart is Kellen Moore under all sorts of pressure to just get rid of the football. 2nd down and 10 for the Broncos. Here comes Moore. They keep it safe this time. They hand it to Doug Martin, and Doug Martin gets a hard-fought 2 yards. So on 3rd down and 8, you got to put it in the air. Here comes Moore. He's pressured, and Kellen Moore, he gets sacked by number 94 on the TCU Horned Frogs defensive end, Blake Roberts, the freshman from Tyler, Texas. 242 pounds of muscle from TCU. Or no, excuse me, that was Blake Roberts was 95. I was looking at the wrong name. That was DJ Yendery. My apologies on that. Though I was looking at that was the freshman or the junior. That's why I'm keep getting confused. That's the junior who come up with the big sack. Let's make sure he gets credit in case his mom's watching. Your boy just made what might have been the biggest sack of the game on the option play. Pitches it out to Ed Wesley. Look at all this open room. And perhaps taking a page out of the Air Force playbook, because we saw how successful Air Force was on their triple option attack. So TCU late in the football game goes with the option and picks up a bunch of yards. 4 minutes to go in the game. We are all knotted up, 14 apiece. Here comes Paul Hall, Casey Paul Hall. That one is knocked down. Batted down. Whew. Batted down by number 5. That was Jamar Taylor, junior from San Diego, California. 2nd down and 10. Paul Hall's going to run it himself, takes the snap, and tries the quarterback sneak it. And maybe Patterson trying to get a little bit of time off of this clock. Don't want to give Kellen Moore too much time to throw it around. Here on the beautiful blue turf of Boise, Idaho, Paul Hall wants it all wide open. Touchdown, TCU Horned Frogs. Who got that? Number 11 on TCU. That was Dawson, Sky Dawson, the junior wide receiver, 175 pounds, outrunning George Iloka. And the Horned Frogs have once again reclaimed the lead. Here comes the extra point to make it a full 7, and it is good. 3 minutes, 13 seconds remain. Boise State finds themselves down on their own blue turf. I can't remember the last time that Boise State trailed this late in a ball game on their own blue turf. The last time I can think of is maybe that quadruple overtime game with Nevada when they trailed in overtime. But besides that, go ahead, comment, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been a while since Boise State's been in this situation. Here comes Kellen Moore, hands off to Doug Martin. First down for Martin. Take a look on the replay, look at the blocks. He actually had an opening. If he would have just been able to get past those last two guys, he'd have been gone. The fans, they're getting loud. Everybody is on their feet. For the Broncos, here comes Kellen Moore. Under pressure, look at the block that's picked up, and Kellen Moore, he does run it sometimes. I have seen him run, but a rare run from Kellen Moore. The pressure and then the block picked up by one of his offensive linemen. Finally, just able to dive, run down the field before being brought down by Matt Anderson. 3 minutes to go. Cool, calm, and collected is Kellen Moore. There's a handoff to Doug Martin. Here comes Doug Martin into TCU territory. First down for the Boise State Broncos. Again, more great blocking. And Doug Martin races down. He was finally tackled in TCU territory by Michael Dunn. Mike Dunn. I know a Mike Dunn, but don't worry about that. Here comes Kellen Moore. That is thrown just short, but he did get hit as he tried to throw it. So understandably how that could be thrown short and for an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10, 2:38 to go here in the game. Kellen Moore drops back. He has an open man. I believe that was Shoemaker. And he had nowhere to go. A designed screen pass, trying to fool everybody by thinking Kellen was going deep. He hesitated, waited, and then boom, threw it. And it got caught, but he was hit right there. Now, 3rd and 13. No room for screen passes, no room for anything. You got to go deep, and that's what Kellen Moore's going to do. Finds a wide open Tyler Shoemaker. Touchdown, Boise State. No, Kyle Eflaw. I saw the 8. I assumed it was Shoemaker. It was Kyle Eflaw. Look at the grit, the determination in the face of Kellen Moore. The cool, calm, collected 50-yard pass. Kellen Moore, once again, in these fourth quarter game situations. Kurt Herbstreit says if he could pick any quarterback in the nation to lead his team on a fourth quarter situation, it would be Kellen Moore. He proved it against Virginia Tech. He proved it against TCU a couple of years ago. He's proved it in big-time situations. He proved it a couple of weeks ago against LSU when he led his team on a game-winning drive, and he does it one more time here in the face of defeat on the blue turf where they haven't lost since 2005 to Matt Ryan and Boston College. There is still 2 minutes left on the clock. Casey Paul Hall, what does